Welcome to the instructional webinar for the 2017-18 SAEOPP Scholarship application. This webinar is presented by the Scholarship Committee. I'm Holly Lawrence, representing the state of Georgia.
And I'm Matthew Hudden, representing the state of Kentucky.
Cynthia Jones, representing the state of Mississippi.
TRIO participants are invited to compete for $1,000 scholarships in the following categories: pre-college, adult learner, and survivor. Only one application may be submitted per category, per TRIO project, per individual project for institutions with more than one project. Please note, projects that send more than one application for the same category and/or project will be disqualified. Sponsors of the application must be current members of their state and SAEOPP associations. This single application will be used for all scholarships. Applicants will be judged and rated on the following areas: for the pre-college and adult learner, essay, academic performance and scholarship, honors and awards received, leadership, school activities, community volunteer service, and involvement in TRIO activities, along with 2 letters of recommendation. Survivor scholarship applicants will be judged and rated on essay, financial need, and 2 letters of recommendation. Please note, sponsors must submit the application. Paper applications will not be accepted. The submission deadline is November 17th by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each application will be reviewed and rated by the Scholarship Committee and SAEOPP Board of Directors if necessary. No applicant's materials will be reviewed by a person from the same state. Essays are independently reviewed and ranked by 3 outside non-TRIO readers. Scholarship applications with a raw score of less than 80 will not be considered. Applicants and the sponsors will be notified in writing of the results by the end of February. In order for winners to receive their awards, sponsors must provide official verification of the most current fall semester enrollment and proof of 2 weeks attendance at the post-secondary institution. After listening to instructions for all 5 sections of this application, please download the printable application to review with your student before submitting the application electronically. Part 1 begins the application process.
Part 1 is information about the student being nominated. Nominator indicates the student's name, birthday, email, home address, and school address is different from home. Whether it is pre-college, adult learner, or survivor, please select the appropriate scholarship applications for which the student is applying for. Then indicate the TRIO program the student currently participated in or previous TRIO program the student participated in, high school attended, and its location. Also, indicate the college or university the student will attend in fall 2018 and their college or university location, along with current academic standing and graduation date. Part 2 is information about the nominator. The nominator must gather and enter information for the student scholarship application. The nominator would include their name, employment information, and current TRIO program status. The nominator must also be a current member of both SAEOPP and their state association to nominate a student. Part 3 is information about honors and awards received and leadership, volunteer service, and extracurricular activities. The nominator will list all honors and awards the nominee has received, as well as include leadership roles the nominee has held, volunteer services, extracurricular, and TRIO activities the nominee has participated in while attending high school, college, or preparing for college. But you cannot exceed the number of space provided in the application. We will now go into Part 4.
Part 4 is the document upload for the application. Every single thing that you will submit for this application will be uploaded at one time when the TRIO professional uploads the nomination of the student. At the top, there's a bulleted list, the different things that are required to be uploaded. There's a letter of recommendation from the nominator, that's you, a letter of recommendation from the school official, that can be an instructor, a counselor, principal, dean, pretty much anyone. Appropriate essay is followed below. There is a separate essay for the pre-college and for the adult learner. There's also another application for the survivor. There's a spot for transcripts, and all of those 4 things have to be submitted with every single application. There's also a spot there for test scores. If you're a pre-college, or if you're applying for the pre-college award, you do have to upload test scores. If it's an adult returning to college as well, we also need test scores. There's a spot there to upload proof of awards, leadership, etc. If you listed something in part 3 and you've got something to substantiate that, you can take a picture of it, you can upload that, you can give all that information. And then the last part is financial need. If you're nominating the student for the survivor application, we do need something indicating financial need. Now that can be tax forms with the Social Security numbers redacted. That could be a letter from the director of your program. That could be a letter from a guidance counselor. Lots of different ways that you can fulfill that criteria to let us know that there's a financial need there. And you can always upload more than one of those. There are 2 different types of fields here. There's one that just says choose file. And then there's another one that says browse files. If it says choose files, that means you can only upload a single thing. That is the letter of recommendation from the nominator, some of those sorts of things. Some of these others you may have an opportunity or may have a reason to give multiple files, so you do have the opportunity to do that. When you upload any of those, it will then show you the name of the file, it will show you the file size beside of that, and that is there to let you know that the file has actually gone into the system. So that is part 4, should be very easy to do. Part 5 is the certification of approval from the nominator. This is where you give us your digital signature telling us that every single thing that you have reported here in this nomination you've received from the student or the school to let us know that you think that it is correct to the best of your knowledge, and then you're going to provide your digital signature. Some things to note about this. If you mess something up and you have submitted it, you can then resubmit again. So put the entire application in again. We will only look at the most recent nomination. So if you happen to mess something up and then upload it and then you mess it up again and upload it again, we're only going to look at that most recent one. And it's really important for you to pay attention to that. After you click submit on this, it is going to do some things that are pretty neat. The student is actually going to get a copy of the entire nomination if you provide their email address at the very beginning. You are also going to get a copy of that as well. So you can go back through and make sure that everything that you have submitted is there. If you get that email, that is your receipt that you've actually submitted the nomination. You can click on the attachments and download those. Any of the files that you uploaded, you're going to be able to then go through and make sure that those are correct to make sure that you submitted the actual nomination that you want. And that is the entire online unified application for SAEOPP scholarships for 2017-2018. If you have any sort of questions whatsoever, you can get in touch with any of the 3 of us. It is available at www.saeopp.org/scholarships, and we can answer any sort of questions that you might have. Good luck to all of you, and we hope to have many wonderful applications from all of your students in all 3 of these categories.